Welcome back, everybody. This is the Renegade Fight. Today, we will be talking about the NCAA Top 12 Playoff Predictions, Week 3. As we all know, on Tuesday night, ESPN released their top 25 playoff predictions of who would be in the playoffs and who would be on the outside looking in, who would be matchup wise in the brackets. So today we'll be giving you the top 12, my top 12 playoff predictions. Who would be in the top 12 for me, and this is where I have it listed. And this is how we're going to do it today, is we're going to do it backwards just a little bit. Number 12, I have Alabama, 8-2. Number 11, Notre Dame, 9-1. Number 10 seed, Tennessee, 8-2. The number 9 seed, Georgia, 8-2. The number 8 seed, Boise State, 9-1. Number 17 is BYU, 9-1. The number 6 seed will be SMU, 9-1. Number 5 seed will be Indiana, 10-0. The number 4 seed is Texas, 9-1. Number 3 seed Penn State, 9-1. The number 2 seed is Oregon, 11-0. And the number 1 team is Ohio State, 9-1. I have it listed like that because from what I was watching this past weekend through the games, I switched Ohio State and Oregon. I've always had Oregon as my number 1 team. I still believe that Oregon is a number 1 team on my bracket. The only reason why I have them listed at number 2 is because they won their game Saturday, but they won by 3 points to a team that is not even ranked. So they still won. So I'm not punishing them, but I am putting them at number 2 only because I can see where their play were not as dominant throughout the game as it has been all season long. So I put them at number 2 just because they looked a little sluggish and they looked a little tired, and you barely came away with the win. So I moved them down just a little bit just to, keep them to see what they would do next for this upcoming weekend for the November 23rd games. I moved BYU down to 7 because they lost their game to a close game as well. So I think they'll bounce back pretty well this weekend. So I wanted to move them down. I moved them to number 7. They're down, but they're not out. So I did a lot of moving around. Indiana comes in at number 5. So I think that they'll play well this weekend against Ohio State as well. So that will be an interesting matchup this weekend. So I got everybody right there in similar to the same area that they were in the last bracket. It's just that I did just a little bit of moving because of gameplay this past weekend. Some teams looked a little sluggish. Some teams came out barely with wins. And some teams, just for me, I just needed to see a little bit more. Notre Dame comes in at number 11. I put them right at the bottom of the bracket because I still want to see just a little bit more from them. They've been playing awesome football all season long. It's just that I want to see just a little bit more from them, just to move them up a little bit again. I got Tennessee still right there in the mix at number 10. So they're right in there. Alabama, I got them at the bottom of the bracket, but they're not out of the bracket. So I got them right there. So Penn State, I still think that one loss that they had against Ohio State got them down a little bit, but they still playing good football, and they still look like a top 5 team to me. So they're right there. And Texas is the same way. They've been dominating the SEC up and down, up and down. So it don't matter who steps on the field with them. Texas is a team that is to be reckoned with, and they will show you that, hey, you cannot play with us on the football field. So I want to see all these teams that's in my bracket this week. I want to see how they respond on Saturday to see, are you going to keep up your dominance, or are you going to fall a little bit? I just want to see what is happening. Miami is not on my list this time, but they're what I call an outside team looking in. And they're coming off a bye week as well. So I want to see how dominant they'll play. And still, things are still right there in the mix to where all of this will be sorted out in a few weeks. So it'll be teams changing in and out possibly anyway. So just to let you know that just in case, you might see a team number 6, 7, whatever on the bracket this week, it may change due to the wins and losses, and teams are playing head to head against each other this weekend as well. But those games are stated for November 23rd, some of the games that are on the list. And just moving on, NCAA games to watch this weekend for November 23rd. I have number 5 Indiana. That's ESPN has Indiana at number 5 in their bracket. And they will be playing Ohio State, number 2. Indiana 10-0, Ohio State 9-1. That is a noon kickoff. That game will be on, I think that's ESPN. I'm not sure, but it's a noon kickoff. Check your local listings to see where it will broadcast, just in case I may give you the wrong information. But the games that I'm going to be calling out as well, too, these are the numbers that ESPN have listed for their seeding. ESPN has Colorado number 16, 8-2, versus Kansas 4-6. That is a 3:30 kick. You have number 14, BYU. They are 9-1, and they will play number 21, Arizona State, and they're 8-2. That is also a 3:30 kick. Number 9, Ole Miss, 8-2, versus Florida, 5-5. That is a noon kick. UNC, 6-4, versus Boston College, 5-5. So, right now, the games that's on my list that I have games to keep an eye on. I'm interested to see Indiana and Ohio State noon kick. I want to see that game. I also want to see the Colorado versus Kansas game, 3:30 kick. I'm interested in those two games specifically because I enjoyed this year watching Colorado play. Coach Prime has those guys on one level. He has them all on the same page. And if a mistake happens, they correct it right now. And whether they have to take a player out for a few plays to get it right or get it right now, they're on the same page. I think they're one of the hottest teams in the top 25 or top that is on ESPN's list, and they're playing good football. And I want to see BYU and Arizona State. I want to see that bounce back game. If BYU would have one, I think it would come against Arizona State. But Arizona State is not going to lay down. They're going to come in strong and let you know, hey, we got something on you, BYU. You're a little bit vulnerable coming off a loss. So they're going to try to exploit that just a little bit. So that's a 3:30 kick. So I'm going to try to have to flip back and forth through those games just to see what will happen. And then Boston College and UNC, that's an ACC game. I'm interested to see that game as well. Because Boston College, even though they're 5-5, they've been playing some good football. So UNC and Mac Brown, they always come in hot. They struggle a little bit, but they always come in playing 60-minute football. So I just wanted to come on, and I know I'm a little late with the top 12 predictions, but that's okay. We got it out, and just give you something to look at for this weekend as well. So like, share, subscribe. This is the Renegade Fight, and I'm RDJ. Always fear the spear.